Hello, this is Julie. I had a question today about how to make corners round using Make the Cut software. For example, this person would like to make just the corners on the right side of a page round and leave the other corners square. There are a number of ways we could do this, but I think what I'll do is simply I'll just do it one way using basic shapes. So we have a basic shapes icon at the top of the screen. It has a triangle, circle, and square, and if I double click on that and type in CI, first two letters of the shape I'm looking for, then I can double click on the shape to add it to my screen. So I'll double click the circle and add that, and then I'm looking for a rectangle, REC, and I see that there's a rounded rectangle there. I'm going to double click that, and I'll double click just the regular rectangle as well, so that first I'll show you with this rounded rectangle, if we wanted to use this as our rectangle and just resize it to the size that we need for the page, we could do that. We'd have some rounded corners, but if those are not the size of corners that you wanted, it's possible to make your own. If it is the size that you wanted, I'm going to select this rectangle and do a Control Shift and drag to drag off another. If I just wanted to add a rectangle here to cover up the rounded part that I don't need, I can weld this rectangle to this rounded rectangle, and there I have my page with two of the corners rounded. But let's say that these corners are too big. What if I wanted smaller corners, such as shown on this page? The user had this square page and she wanted rounded corners. So how did I make this? This way. What I did was I used two circles. I'm going to use Control Shift drag to get another circle, and I'll need two regular rectangles, Control Shift and drag, and I'm going to place the circles up where the corner should be and one at the bottom. Now I can align these so that they're perfectly aligned by typing R. They're both aligned to the right side together, so then when I position them with my arrow keys, I can have them perfectly vertically aligned. So then what I want to do is take one of these rectangles and align it with the top. I'm going to hold Shift and click on this rectangle and the circle and type T to align them to the top. Then I'm going to select just this rectangle, drag it down to the bottom where I want the page, or I could resize it to specific measurements. I'm going to drag this over until it's halfway over the circles, and you can see that plus sign there. I want the edge of this rectangle to line up with that vertical portion of the plus sign on both circles. Now that I have that in place, I want to take this rectangle and I would like to line it up with the right side, so I type R with both selected, so that now I have this rectangle. I'll make it a little wider, lined up perfectly to the right side of that circle, and I'm going to move the edge right up to the crosshairs of that plus sign, drag this down to the crosshairs there, And now I'm going to select all and weld, and now I have my perfectly rounded corners. Now this corner can be changed depending on the size of the circle you have, but that's the easiest way I know of rounding corners and make the cut until we actually get a function to do it. As I said, there are many other ways to do it, but this is quick and easy. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and add more circles and place them right where these circles were. Just type in CI, double click on the circle. I'm going to grab this and resize it to approximately the size of these circles. It's a little bit too big. Once I have that in place, I can Control-Shift drag, Control-Shift drag, Control-Shift drag, Control-Shift drag, Control-Shift drag. Then I can select them all and type V to align them vertically. Make sure they're all in a row. Then I can select all and join. And now I have that same page that was pictured here. And it just takes a few seconds really to do that whole page. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.